Good evening, everyone. Welcome to 360 Event Center. Today we are having the Voice of Community Day 38, and we have few distinguished guests with us today to talk about the contribution of Bangladesh Australian community, education and welfare for Bangladesh and the rural areas. Also, they will mention their various activities today. As usual, I would like to go to Canberra to invite Mr. Kamrul Ahsan Khan from Canberra. I'm hoping that he is listening to us.
Yes.
Mr. Khan, are you able to hear us?
Yes, it's all right. Yeah, very clear.
Thank you for joining with us. If we could start tonight, our special guests who are with us, and then we will start with the discussion for the day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have a few guests today. Those are those who are playing a very important role in Bangladesh, also in Australia. This is the first time we have the guest from this organization who is working for Bangladesh for a long, long time. And I had the opportunity to work for this organization, organize some events when I was the president, Queensland, Brisbane, the Bangladesh community, and which is the Fred Hyde Schools. They have a very wide area they work with for Bangladesh for a long time, and they are working consistently. It's not for the few days or month or two or occasional basis. They are doing it consistently, and their area is very big and wide. So you listen from those people who are working very tirelessly. Besides their involvement in profession, they are giving a valuable time for them, for Bangladesh and community. And it is a good bridge between the Bangladesh and Australia. I realize. So we have a guest today. His name is Mr. Olive. He's the chairman of the COID and Fred Hyde School, and he's the chairman. And I have a guest. He's the vice president of the same organization. His name is Borhan Shafi Bijoy. He's quite popular within the Bangladesh community. Not only Bangladesh, he is now known to the Australian community, who is ambassador to Bangladesh for the Australians, I should rather say. So he is doing the both part. He is ambassador for Bangladesh in Australia and in Bangladesh for Australia. So he's playing a very important role. So we have two important guests, and we'll discuss about the role of the Fred Hyde School, and which under the banner of COID, they are working in many areas. So we'll discuss all these issues, all the programs, and also they will also mention they are also working for the COVID-19. I heard that they have some role in that area as well. So welcome to all listeners who is listening this program from all over the world, including Bangladesh and Australia. So I will invite Mr. Borhan Shafi Bijoy, who is the vice president of the organization. He will initiate the discussion. Then we go for more discussion in details. Thank you. Welcome, Bijoy.
ধন্যবাদ কামরুল ভাই, আতাবুর ভাই, সালাম আলাইকুম। আজকে আপনারা যারা এই অনুষ্ঠানটি দেখছেন, শুভ সন্ধ্যা, সবাইকে অসংখ্য অনেক শুভেচ্ছা। প্রথমেই আমার পজিশন আসলে ডেপুটি চেয়ার, আমরা ভাইস প্রেসিডেন্ট টার্মিনোলজিটা ঠিক ইউজ করি না। তো আমাদের এই অর্গানাইজেশন এন্ড ওয়েলকাম অলাভ, আজকে আমি বাংলা এবং ইংরেজির সংমিশ্রণে কথা বলবো, যেহেতু ডক্টর ওলাভ মুরলিঙ্ক এখানে চেয়ারম্যান অফ আমাদের এই অর্গানাইজেশনটার নাম হচ্ছে কোঅপারেশন ইন ডেভেলপমেন্ট অস্ট্রেলিয়া ইনকর্পোরেটেড, সংক্ষেপে কোয়াড, এবং আমরা পরিচিত এখন ফ্রেড হাইড স্কুলস নাম। আমরা মূলত আমাদের 40টা প্রাইমারি স্কুল আছে এবং 15টা কিন্ডারগার্টেন আছে। সো অলমোস্ট 55টা স্কুল আমরা ভোলার চর ফ্যাশনে রান করছি। আমাদের ছাত্র ছাত্রীর সংখ্যা এটা কিছুটা বেড়ে যায়, কিছুটা কমে যায়, অ্যাভারেজে 10,500। এবং আমাদের একটা স্কুল বানাতে খরচ লাগে $12,500 অস্ট্রেলিয়ান ডলার, এবং আমাদের একটা স্কুল চালাতে আনুমানিক খরচ হয় $10,500 অস্ট্রেলিয়ান ডলার। এবং আমি একই সাথে আজকের এই অনুষ্ঠানে ফ্রেড হাইড, যিনি অর্ডার অফ অস্ট্রেলিয়া পেয়েছিলেন, যিনি একজন ওয়ার ভেটারান ছিলেন, তাকে আমি স্মরণ করছি। কারণ তিনি যখন প্রথম স্কুলটি বানান, তিনি তার বাড়ির ইকুইটি থেকে টাকা ধার নিয়েছিলেন প্রথম স্কুলটি করার জন্য। এবং খুবই ইন্টারেস্টিং ব্যাপার হচ্ছে, ফ্রেড প্রথম বাংলাদেশে যান একটি অরফানেজ বা এতিমখানা চালানোর জন্য। উনি 3 মাসের জন্য যান, এবং যাওয়ার এটি 91 এর আগে, খুব সম্ভবত 90 বা ওরকম সময়।
It was 1980, yeah.
Sorry?
1980.
80, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Olav. তো উনি কোয়েডটা শুরু করেন যখন একটি বাচ্চা ছেলে, সে যেহেতু পড়তে জানে না, সে ওষুধ মনে করে আসলে বিষ খেয়ে ফেলে এবং সে মারা যায়। তখন ফ্রেড রিয়েলাইজ করেন যে না, এখানে শিক্ষার প্রয়োজন আছে, এবং তখন তিনি অস্ট্রেলিয়া আসেন, তিনি কোঅপারেশন ইন ডেভেলপমেন্ট এস্টাবলিশ করেন, এবং এইভাবেই কোঅপারেশন ইন ডেভেলপমেন্ট শুরু হয়। তিনি ছিলেন ওল্ডেস্ট অস্ট্রেলিয়ান চ্যারিটি ওয়ার্কার বাংলাদেশে, যিনি 95 বছর বয়স পর্যন্ত কাজ করেছেন, এবং তিনি বছরে 6 মাস বাংলাদেশে থাকতেন। এবং তিনি কাজ শুরু করেন 57 বছর বয়সে। তো বাংলাদেশকে উনি আসলে অনেক সময় দিয়েছেন, এবং তিনি 6 মাস অস্ট্রেলিয়া এসে ফান্ড রেজিং এর কাজ করতেন, বাকি 6 মাস তিনি বাংলাদেশের স্কুলের দেখাশোনা করতেন। আর আমি আরেকটা জিনিস এখানে বলে রাখি যে আমাদের স্কুলের রেজাল্ট সরকারি স্কুল থেকে কিন্তু বেশ ভালো, কারণ আমাদের এখানে বেশ কড়াকড়ি আছে, এবং আমাদের স্কুলগুলোতে যে কোনো সময় ইন্সপেক্টররা হাজির হতে পারে, এবং ওরা কিন্তু প্রতিটা স্কুল ভিজিট করে। কে কখন কোথায় ভিজিট করবে, নো ওয়ান নোস, এন্ড দে চেক এভরিথিং। আমাদের স্কুলগুলো সম্পূর্ণভাবে বিনামূল্যে পরিচালিত, এবং একই সাথে আমরা বাচ্চাদের যদি কোনো অসুস্থতা দেখা যায় বা তাদের যদি কোনো হেলথ অ্যাটেনশনের দরকার হয়, ইফ দে নিড হেল্প ইন এনি সর্ট অফ হেলথ ইস্যুস, ওগুলাও কিন্তু আমরা দেখাশোনা করি। তা আমি আপাতত এতটুকুই বলছি, আমি পরে আবার বিস্তারিত আলোচনায় আসবো।
For your contribution to initiate the discussion. I will now invite Olive to discuss how they have started and what area you are working. I know, as far as I know, you are working in various areas. You can mention those areas in a nutshell. Then we can go for those issues, how we are organizing, how people are getting involved with this, how we are getting support from the local community, whether you are getting any support from the government, and what sort of support we are getting from Australia, from the Australian community, either he is a Muslim or non-Muslim or other language. If you can explain those things, it would be great. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kamrul, and it's a pleasure to be joining you tonight. My Bangla is not so good, but I think I understood what Borhan has already covered reasonably well. So yeah, we operate on the southern half of Morla Island. My pronunciation of Morla is not so good either, but from Charfashion south, we have, as Borhan pointed out, a very large range of schools and kindergartens that have been there since, in some cases, 1990. And one of the beautiful things about the organisation is that we have children here in Australia who have never seen Bangladesh,
who are usually Christian children, reaching out and supporting children they've never met, who are a lot less fortunate than them in Bangladesh. So a lot of the funds that we get, possibly around 50% of the funds we get in Australia, is raised by children in Australia for children in Bangladesh. And I think that that kind of symmetry between the two countries, that kind of reaching out hands between the two countries is one of the things that's really beautiful about what we do with Fred Hyde Schools. But it's also an education for the children in Australia, because as part of that process, we bring Bangladesh to the schools here in Australia. We show them how the children there live. We teach them a little bit about Bangla culture. And so, in a sense, this is a benefit not just to the children of Bangladesh, but also to the children of Australia, because they get to learn that there are children much less fortunate than themselves. And that's something that, we here in Australia need to remember, that we do live in a very lucky country. And being reminded of people worse off than ourselves, I think, is a great benefit. Even for me and the other volunteers, we live comfortable lives. And for me, travelling to Bangladesh and meeting the people there is a very humbling experience. And it teaches me something. I get value out of that. When I come back to Australia, I appreciate everything from a bite of an apple to the smell of the clean air and the bed that I sleep in and the food that I eat. Everything is twice as wonderful as a result of realising how lucky I am. But I suspect you feel that way too, Borhan, hey? In giving, you get something back.
Yes, I feel amazing. I mean, and I would probably later on share how I became involved with this organization. But it's an amazing feeling to see from where COID has moved roughly in the last 30 years and the positive impact it had.
That's true. Look, the schools where we build schools, there usually are no paved roads. There's no shops. There are no facilities whatsoever. There's certainly no doctors and hospitals. There's no electricity. Sometimes there's very poor mobile phone reception even. But once our schools have been there for a few years, you can see a difference begin to emerge in the community. The children start to dress better. Often little shops appear near the schools. Roads get built because the government sees the value of providing better transport facilities to these areas. And you can begin to see over a period of 2 to 3 years after we build these schools, you can begin to see development start to take root in these very remote areas that we deal with. So it's the secondary benefits, not just the primary benefits. And as Borhan says, the secondary benefits for us here in Australia, but also the secondary benefits for the community.
Thank you. Well, when the first time we headed into Bangladesh, can you just explain a little bit?
Oh, definitely. I'll never forget it. In the years before, I've worked with this organisation for 25 years now, so most of my adult life, and I never really wanted to travel to Bangladesh. I was quite frightened of the thought of travelling on the big ferries and on the big rivers, and I was just quite intimidated. So I first travelled there in 2009, so 11 years ago. I bought an air ticket. I landed in Dhaka. I've never seen a city like Dhaka before, and from then on, I gradually have become accustomed to it. Now I travel twice a year, sometimes 3 times a year, certainly before the COVID crisis. And I've built up confidence in in the language, the culture, to the point that I feel quite relaxed traveling to Dhaka now, even to Dhaka airport. In the beginning, I used to feel quite afraid of when I landed, but now I feel comfortable and almost at home.
Yeah, I can understand that. I born there, I born up there, but there was a time when I was scared a little bit because I'm going from a country still a different type of land, different, less people, and sometimes I get scared. But now I'm very used to it. Again, I'm back, and it doesn't matter if I go to the slums, I will survive. I'm getting used to it nowadays. The thing is, this is what you are talking about that area. You have doing the few schools and doing a lot of work to educate people, to empower people. The education where you are giving not to depend on the charity. As I was talking to the bijoy, you are giving the education to empower people so they can stand up. I cannot believe this profession and the other area will be alive again. Because when I was in 1970, our team was the first team who had been to that place. It was the Red Cross team who had been to that place, and I was leading one of the team. Some of them are still alive. I will connect them with you. And possibly a person who was the chairman that time in the profession, his son, he's a Rotarian, he's possibly coming. I sent him a message to be online. So, and I had been to his place also. Fortunately, I met him again. And it was that time, only bodies, only lives are not there, Very few people are alive. And now it is a lively village nowadays. And people are getting education, getting a lot of facilities. They have been introduced to the whole world. They not only Bangladesh, they are connected with the whole world. They are particularly with Australia. Australia was it is a moon. It is a moon for us because we do not know much about Australia when we are very young. We don't have access. People doesn't come here or normally. People start coming after 70s. Very few people came in there before 70. So Australia was a land of, it is not a land of us, India, Bangladesh. They don't have access. Now thousands of visitors come every year. So, and you bring the life. You bring the life to that area, which is quite charming, and it is a good example for the other country. You know that there are a lot of charities working in Bangladesh. They are working. They are giving charity. They are giving money. They are giving something money or whatever. They are giving some loans as well. They are giving 1,000 loan, taking money out. Thousands of billions of dollars. I don't want to explain those. There are few things like this, but you are not investing. You are empowering people, educating people. People have a lot of confusion that has gone because of organization like you, who was working selflessly over there. And as I told you, in 1994, I had opportunity to meet people Fred there, and we had a very big fundraising charity in the hotel. I cannot remember the hotel, but I will find out the whole event. We did work, and some of the university teachers from Brisbane, they also joined with us. My wife, she was a Ph.D. student that time. So we worked there. So and I think what I would like to this will be viewed by the people from all around the world. You are doing things very organizedly, as far as I understand, talking to Bijoy. And sometimes he gives me feedback that how his organization is sending money or giving some material help, which is a very, very minimum percentage of wastage. I think 0, but might be 0. So normally, when the rate goes, 80% is wastage to some extent. They send a consultant who has to be paid there, who has to be given a air-conditioned house and all this, So most of the money goes for those people. So less money spent for the people directly. I think I have made you understand what happened. Yeah. Normally AIDS was there. AIDS was like this, Normally truly the help doesn't go to the people, common people. But you people are doing things in a way there is a less, as I talked 2 days before, Bijoy, he told me that we don't have not very minimum cost of administrative involvement, possibly zero, because they do it differently, you know, they do it differently. You can explain those things.
Not quite zero, but you know, when Borhan travels to Bangladesh, or myself or the other volunteers, we pay our own airfares, we pay our own expenses, and we work for nothing. And that's nice. But really, the thing I like about it, though, is that for the children who are our donors here in Australia, you know, that when they raise $5 or $10 or $20, they actually raise several months of education for a child over there. That's the power of running a cheap charity. You know, the charity is cheap. We pay local wages. We don't pay high, as you say, high consultancy fees, and we don't pay ourselves. And that leads to the donor becoming powerful. You know, like if you give $100, for example, you actually pay for 3 children's education for a year, all expenses. And that's extraordinary. That was what I liked about the charity. When I met Fred Hyde, I had never thought about Bangladesh before. I had never thought about supporting a education charity before, but I could see the power of his model. I could see the power of the model of charity that he was doing. He was doing everything for nothing himself, and he gave me, as a volunteer, power. And I think that's extraordinary. He gave me as a donor power. So that's actually something beautiful also, I think, about this organisation.
That's true. Good to know about this. Actually, it's a good feelings to hear those things. Because, you know, to be honest, I was an activist. I have a left orientation. I was a freedom fighter as well. So, and there was one time I remember before 76, there was always against people who are against NGO, because they know NGO works for the big powers. Through the agency they work, they do some spying activities and all. That was the understanding before. Not everyone. That was the reality. And also, even in the 70s, there was a lot of aid organizations came to Bangladesh, and undercover they do a lot of activities, you know. And bring the aid, they give the loan, and the most of the money is spent for the consultancy. So that money is a drainage. It doesn't go back to the people. So that's why we have some negative attitudes, you know, rightly or wrongly. In some cases rightly, in some cases wrongly. But organization like you which is very transparent, and you do activities in the grassroots level, in the micro level, which is really very inspiring. So I'm very enthused, actually, to be honest, and I came out from all this assumption, you know, because there are a lot of NGOs like you, COID, and there are other organizations too. And the people who are spending a lot of money, they have been a lot of millions of people are living overseas nowadays for Bangladesh. Some are very rich, some are very poor maybe, or very laborer, they are working. But they are contributing money. They are bringing foreign currency. They are contributing in our country, but that money is not spent properly. That is the big question. You know, the most of the money, you'll be surprised. The Bangladesh foreign currency is reserve is the highest, the third world country, even possibly more than India. But in some cases, the money is not spent in the right place. So they do not understand economics, they do not understand what is the pilferage. But the reality is that there is a lot of unorganized and not proper investment. So there people have got some question. So these are few things that has to be addressed, and then we'll feel confidence. If I pay $1 to Bijoy, if I don't see that this money is not spent money, why should I pay $1 again? So this is very important. And Bijoy's organization, Bijoy's team has got the confidence nowadays among the community, Bangladeshi people, Australian people, including Bangladesh High Commission. They are also beside this organization. So everybody is supporting. So this is development. This is the positive thing which is happening. You know, and this is a good example for the NGOs that they can work honestly and transparently. So people, yes. So I mean, then so Bijoy, you would like to say a few things that which are the areas? I know that you are working in a different, not only education, you are working in other areas. Can you mention those areas? So after that, we can go to Ali.
ধন্যবাদ কামরুল ভাই। আমি আসলে কয়েকটা স্টোরি শেয়ার করতে চাই যে আমি আসলে কিভাবে ইনভলভ হলাম এই অর্গানাইজেশনের সাথে। প্রথমত আজকে থেকে 2009-এ আমার পড়াশোনা শেষ, আমি চাকরি বাকরি করতে, আমার হঠাৎ করে মনে হচ্ছিল যে দেশের জন্য আসলে কিছু করা দরকার। আমি এদিকে খুঁজি ওদিকে খুঁজি, দেশে আমি কিছুদিন রোটারেক্টর হিসাবে কাজ করেছি ওখানে, তো খুঁজি পাই না, এবং আমার চ্যারিটির প্রতি ইন্টারেস্ট আছে এবং আমি রিসার্চ করি চ্যারিটি টু সি ইফ দে আর জেনুইন এবং ওরা কিরকম খরচ করছে। তো অনেক সার্চের পরে আমি এই অর্গানাইজেশনকে পেলাম, এবং এই ফ্রেড হাইড, এটি অস্ট্রেলিয়ান স্টোরিতেও দেখানো হয়েছে এই আমাদের যেই কার্যক্রম, এবং আমি দেখার পরে আমি এমন সব প্রশ্ন করা শুরু করলাম যেটা এখানকার লোকাল কমিটিও আমাকে উত্তর দিতে পারছিল না। প্রশ্নগুলো ফ্রেডের কাছে যাচ্ছিল এবং ফ্রেড পরে ওগুলোর অ্যান্সার দিচ্ছিল। তো আমি যখন দেখলাম যে সবাই তাদের খরচ নিজেরা বহন করছে, এবং আমরাও যখন যাই আমরা কিন্তু নিজেদের খরচ সম্পূর্ণভাবে নিজেরা বহন করি, এবং আমার কাছে মনে হয় যে দিস ইজ মার্ভেলাস, এবং ম্যাক্সিমাম অ্যামাউন্ট আপনার চ্যারিটিতে যাচ্ছে। দ্বিতীয় ব্যাপার হচ্ছে আমাদের এই অর্গানাইজেশনটা খুবই ডিফারেন্ট। আমরা বাংলাদেশে এমন প্রসেসে আমাদের কাজ করছি যে অনেক সময় যেটা হয় যে আপনি একটু আগে বললেন যে করাপশনের কথা, আমরা যে সমস্ত শিক্ষক নিয়োগ দিই, আমাদের প্রায় 200 শিক্ষক আছে, এবং আমাদের প্রক্রিয়া অত্যন্ত স্বচ্ছ, এবং ইন্টারভিউ গুলো আমরা নিজেরা কন্ডাক্ট করি, কেউ অস্ট্রেলিয়াতে থাকে কেউ বাংলাদেশে থাকে, এবং এখানে টাকা পয়সার কোনোভাবেই কোনো ধরনের লেনদেন চলে না। অত্যন্ত মেধাবী কেউ আমাদের এখানে চাকরি পেতে পারে, এন্ড এভরিথিং ইজ অন মেরিট। এটি হচ্ছে একটি বিষয় যেটা আমি হাইলাইট করতে চেয়েছি। দ্বিতীয়টি হচ্ছে আপনার 55টা স্কুলে সমস্ত জায়গায় আমাদের ফোন নাম্বার দেওয়া আছে। অনেক সময় আমাদের লোকাল অফিসে কমপ্লেইন যাওয়ার আগে আমাদের কাছে কমপ্লেইন চলে আসে, এন্ড উই লুক ইনটু দ্যাট। আমাদের ইন্সপেক্টররা যান, ওনারা এলাকার ওদের সাথে কথা বলেন, কোন টিচার ফাঁকিবাজি করছে কিনা সেটাও আমরা জানছি। আর হাউ ইজ দিস এভিডেন্স? আমাদের স্কুলের ছেলেরা যখন হাই স্কুলে যায়, দে আর বিটুইন 1 and 20th এভরি সিঙ্গল স্কুল। আমরা নকলকে কোনোভাবেই উৎসাহিত করি না, ভেরি স্ট্রিক্ট গাইডলাইন্স আমাদের ওখানে। কোনো টিচার কোনো ছাত্রকে কোনোভাবেই হেল্প করতে পারবে না। আমরা কিন্তু এখন বিবাহ নিয়েও কাজ করছি। শিক্ষকদের বলা আছে যে কোনো অবস্থাতেই তারা কোনো আন্ডার এজ মেয়েকে বিয়ে করতে পারবে না। মাঝে মধ্যে ইটস বিট চ্যালেঞ্জিং, কারণ অনেক সময় আপনার বার্থ সার্টিফিকেট হয়তো আপনার ফ্রড, মানে ডেট অফ বার্থ বা ইয়ে থাকতে পারে। আমরা এটা খুব স্ট্রিক্টলি মেনটেন করি, এবং বাচ্চাদের মারা ওনারা অনেক সময় আমাদের স্কুলে সাধারণত মাসে একবার আসেন। তো এই জিনিসগুলো আমরা ওনাদেরকে বলার চেষ্টা করি আমাদের শিক্ষকদের মাধ্যমে। আর আরেকটি ব্যাপার হচ্ছে যে আমাদের স্কুলে একটা সময় ছিল যে বাবা মারা তাদের ছেলেকে দিতে চাইতো কিন্তু মেয়েকে পড়াতে চাইতো না। আমরা বলেছি নো, আপনারা যদি এই ছেলেকে দিতে চান আপনাদের এই মেয়েকে দিতে হবে। জেন্ডার ইকুয়ালিটি যেটা, সেটাও আমরা খুব সাংঘাতিকভাবে প্রমোট করছি, এন্ড দিজ আর অল ওয়ার্কিং আউট। আর অলেভ যেটি অলেভ কাজ করছে, আমরা এবার চিটং মেডিকেলে, যদি কোয়াডের ঠিক ফ্রেড হাইড স্কুলের প্রজেক্ট না, আমরা মেডিকেলের যে সমস্ত ডাক্তাররা বের হচ্ছে বা 4th ইয়ার 5th ইয়ারে পড়ছে, এদেরকে আমরা একটা রিসার্চ এরিয়াতে নিয়ে যেতে চাচ্ছি। এবং এটার কারণ হচ্ছে যে বাংলাদেশে এখন যাতে ডাক্তাররা রিসার্চে যায়, এটা ডক্টর তামিনা বানু নামে একজন খুব নামকরা একজন ডাক্তার, পেডিয়াট্রিক সার্জন, যিনি অক্সফোর্ড এবং ইয়েলো পড়েন, উনার আইডিয়া ছিল, বাট অল ইমপ্লিমেন্ট করার চেষ্টা করছে, এবং ডাক্তাররা ইন্টারেস্ট নিয়ে এখন রিসার্চের দিকে যাচ্ছে। আমরা 3টা সেশন করেছি এর উপর। আর সর্বশেষ আমি বলতে চাই যে আমরা আসলে স্কলারশিপ প্রোগ্রামও করি। যে সমস্ত ছেলে মেয়েরা ধরেন আমাদের প্রাইমারি স্কুল ছেড়ে চলে গেছে কিন্তু খুবই গরিব, এদিকেও কিন্তু আমরা স্কলারশিপ দিই। আর হেলথের ব্যাপারে বলতে চাই, আমরা ডিসেম্বরে আমি এবং অলেভ একই সময় বাংলাদেশে ছিলাম আমরা তখন, এবং আমরা 5টা বাচ্চার খুব কমপ্লেক্স সার্জারির ব্যবস্থা করেছি, which was completely donated by ডক্টর তাহমিনা বানু। শুধুমাত্র সেই খাতে আমাদের খরচ হয়েছিল প্রায় 30 থেকে 50 লাখ টাকা, আমার এক্সাক্ট ফিগারটা এই মুহূর্তে মনে নেই। and this whole thing was donated, এবং কারো কারো কয়েকবার সার্জারি করতে হয়েছে, কারণ ওদের বার্নস ছিল, আপনার কারো ডিফর্মিটি ছিল। তো এই ধরনের কাজগুলো আমরা করি। ধন্যবাদ।
That's good. Do you participate in the eye operations in the different area? Because I have been to program in Khulna, Rotary program. It's a big eye camp. But there's one Australian groups had been there. Fifth surgeon, I met them. I speak over in the program. It was in Khulna 2 years before. I accompanied the governor. He took me with him by flight, and I attended that program. There was a eye operation. Is that your organization is there in Rotary Club? Can you remember anything? That because I'm sure there are some
Orbis.
there.
I think you might be talking about Orbis, which we're familiar with, and I think Borhan Bijoy has worked with this organisation before. But you know, our organisation is primarily education, but when we see a need in a health area, you know, when we see one of these children who have no means to access decent health care in these remote villages, then we try to help. We try to help in more than just with medical means, but also with, we've bought, for example, a boy a bike so that he can access school even though he has a disability, or provide support to the family in rare cases. But, you know, we try to focus on what we're good at, which is providing cheap, good quality education. But yes, there's many great organisations of a medical sort operating in Bangladesh, and I actually admire what Bangladesh has done over the last 50 years in terms of coming from a very difficult position in 1970 to a stage now where life expectancy in Bangladesh is starting to approach life expectancy in America, the richest country in the world.
Exactly.
And it's done remarkable things to have achieved that, despite the fact that poverty is still very, very real. But the health system is beginning to catch up, I think.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. I mean, just what I think about, you know, I think your approach is in that area, because I've seen that there are this sort of welfare activities, you know, from different angle. This is is working for a long time, maybe 100 years, because everybody has intention. Like in England, they came with some aid into Bangladesh, Pakistan, Indo-Pakistan, you know. They come with the aid, with the help, but after ultimate goal was to make a colony, to exploit. You know the story. You know the story. You must be you are a professor. You know the story how they get in there, in the politics and all this, you know. So they try to, not that they don't want to develop the country, you know. They do develop that, but for their own interests, to exploit. I'm sorry, I'm going to politics too. I don't want to go far, but this is what the aim. But nowadays there are some organizations, people like Fred Hyde, like you people, you are going there with the human approach and to build the community and to depend, to stand on their own foot so they can build, they can go forward. Like Bijoy was telling me, there are a few graduates who became a doctor, who became a magistrate in the different administration. They come out. Now they will also try to help other people. That is the real contribution he made. If he became a PhD or professor and come to Australia or go other countries, doesn't help. If the person who get help from Fred homes or whatever, if they stand on their foot and with the patriotism they contribute their country and humanity in Bangladesh or wherever it is, That is the positive development toward the humanity and the peaceful world. That I think, and you are doing. That's why I'm very attracted about the Fred Home organization COID. So that should be the approach, and we are doing the same approach. Yes, Bijoy, you want to say something?
There is a small correction over here. The that you are referring to, those were actually Let's Work for Bangladesh scholarship recipients.
Oh, I see. Let's talk. Oh, I see. Okay. Anyway, but we are very interrelated because people, your team, part of your team is also working for Let's Work for Bangladesh. So we are not too far. Like I'm not in your committee, but I'm a part of your movement. So in that case, I can say that I'm also COID. I'm also Fred Hyde. So in that way, I'm telling you that you are doing something good, which they are also getting active in other part. That is the contribution that I think you keep in mind. I don't have to lecture you, but that comes to my mind always. That the contribution and charity should be aiming that the country should stand up on their foot. Because there is a politics in the whole world. They do not come with the aid for self-independence, self-reliance. Rather, they want dependency so they can rule economically, they can exploit. That is happening in the whole world, whatever it is. So we are coming out, like Australia is doing a good job. As a government, I should rather say, I do not hesitate. They are doing a great job. Like Australia is a very good welfare country, is a very well-reputed welfare country in the world. And also, I remember, as a freedom fighter, I can remember in 1971 during the Liberation War, we had been attacked and millions of people were killed. That time, Australia is the country, they came forward to help us. And it is the first country who recognized us during the Liberation War. So, this sort of help, humanitarian support, moral support we need. And I can tell you one thing, you might see a lot of negative things in Bangladesh. There is. You will find all the news in the newspaper, bulletin, even in the Australian paper. But Bangladesh is coming as a tiger, real tiger. The power is coming out from the grassroots, from Chor Fashion, from Langmohan. They are coming out, and they will rule the country. They will do something good for the country. Okay, so I now come to the Olive. Can you tell me the involvement of the non-Bangladeshi Australians? How we are getting in? Like I know that Bijoy not only working within Bangladesh, he's working with the people like you. He's working even with his colleagues, MP, while he works. He has win over those people too. They also come and help Bijoy to support his mission, what he is doing on behalf of the Australians in Bangladesh, which is a great success. It's a great success. So can you tell me a few examples how we are getting Australian people, because we are contributing a lot of money, lot of material support to these people, and how you organize those. Could you please share those experiences so others can get assistance? Thank you.
It's true that in Bangladeshi terms we are sending over a lot of money, but in Australian terms it isn't that much money. Like it's because of the value for money. We have 10,000 children roughly in education there, and as I said, roughly $35 to $40 is spent per child, including all the overheads and all the expenses. So our total budget, you don't have to be a genius to work out, is around $350,000 to $400,000 a year, which isn't that much. The majority of that, as I said before, comes from school children and schools in Australia who do fundraising. We also get donations from many Australians from all over Australia, but the majority is Australian. We have some overseas supporters. We have some support in Bangladesh. So we've received, for example, we were building an extension of our training facilities, and we received support from Bengal Cement and Burger Paints, based in Dhaka, to help the building. So we have support from within Bangladesh, within the Bangladeshi community here in Australia. there's some of the names I could mention are quite well-known Australians are also supporting it, wealthy Australians, is collectively not that much money. We are, in Australian terms, a very small charity, really. But in terms of the impact in Bangladesh on the ground, we're a very large charity. We have 180 staff over there full-time, and, so many schools and kindergartens, as Borhan mentioned before. So it looks big, but it's in fact small in terms of the budget. Does that clear? Is that helpful?
Yeah, it's a peanuts for the few people, particularly the people, rich people here, without mentioning their name. It is just peanuts for them. They can also come forward. Maybe you will find those people will come. But what I think the mass participation is important. We do not want those support from the few peoples. It should come from the every people, like 1% or maybe $1 a month or $1 a year. That will is a big contribution, So that is happening. What we are doing, and we might organize more event this type of event in future. And I want to one thing. I think that some of my friends who is watching these programs have good connections. Though I'm an activist, sort of, but still I have a good connection with the bureaucracy, politicians, and students, leaders, whatever, possibly they are watching, and they will definitely try to get involved. And this is a good information for them as well. And I just want to very Binoy সাথে বলতে চাই, I forget the language of the Binoy, with that I can connect you to a lot of people who's working at a higher level in the government, working with the Prime Minister, working with the ministers. Education Minister is very favorite to me, and is very young than me. She's a very nice lady, and she's very active, super active, So I can connect those people, so that I can bring that network to you, so you move forward. Instead of barriers, you will move forward, and it is happening. Actually, Bijoy, wherever he approached nowadays, things are very transparent, and I think he has made things possible because of his good network. Because now they know about this organization, because the person he's working with the Prime Minister, to be honest. Nazibur Rahman, he was a NANU student, and I have a very good, he's very favorite to me, and he's working with the Prime Minister. So he has a soft corner for Australia. He's a good man, not only for Australia, for every country, but he knows about Australia. So we have a very good network. And I had a discussion with the ambassador, and I told him, alumni who have studied here or lived here should have a good organization there, so they can come forward to organize help from Australia, or they can organize some resources in Bangladesh to come forward to help COID or in the Fred schools to help them, And I have organized, I had a meeting in the Officers Club with some Australian students who studied here. They did a PhD, somebody did a master. I had a meeting there. Abu Alam also was there. He studied. He was the Prime Minister's secretary.
Sorry to interrupt, Kamrul bhai. Since you are telling about the alumni and the other plans, so I have a question in here to both Olav and Bijoy. The question is like, we heard lots of discussion of what's COID or the Fred Hyde organization is doing for for Bangladeshi schools and the rural areas. So the next question would be like, what's the future plan? Like, what are the other activities they will be doing, and what are the core activities currently happening? What's in the pipeline? If both of you can just tell us, just briefly, like what's coming in, because we are going with the time constraint as well. So just I would like to request you both to speak about upcoming points. Thank you.
So আমরা কোভিডের সময় কিছু কাজ করেছি। কোভিডের সময় আপনারা সবাই জানেন যে আমাদের প্রায় 10,500 যে 10,500 স্কুল চিলড্রেন, আমরা তাদেরকে 15 দিনের হোমওয়ার্ক তারা যেন বাসায় নিয়ে যেতে পারে, আমরা ওই ব্যবস্থা করেছি। এবং এরপরে আমরা আসলে ততটা কিছু করতে পারিনি, কারণ যে স্কুলার অ্যানাউন্সমেন্ট দিচ্ছে সেটা কিছুটা চেঞ্জ হচ্ছে। আমাদের পাইপলাইনে যেটা আছে, আমরা চাই যে আমাদের টিচাররা যেন আরো ভালো হতে পারে, তাদের টিচিং স্কিলস বাড়তে পারে। সেজন্য এবার আমাদের অফিস বিল্ডিং এর এক্সটেনশন হয়েছে, দোতলা করা হয়েছে এদিকে, এবং একই সাথে বছরে 2 বার ওটা হেলথ ক্লিনিক হিসাবে রান করবে। এই দুটোর কথা আমি বলতে পারি। আমরা চাই যে আমাদের বাচ্চারা যারা, তারা কোয়ালিটি, যতটুকু সম্ভব কোয়ালিটি এডুকেশন নিয়ে যেন বেরোতে পারে এবং তারা যেন ভবিষ্যতে কিছু করতে পারে। Olav.
Yeah, so the projects that we have in plan, and I as I say, I followed a little bit of Borhan's English, but Bangla, sorry, but we are planning to complete a whole series of new tube wells. So one of the problems in the Delta area is arsenic in the water. So in making sure that each school has a deep tube well that goes below the level of the arsenic layer in the Delta region, that's important for the health of the children. But particularly it's important at this stage with the current COVID crisis. It's very important that the children have access to clean water, are trained and taught, which we're doing at the moment, to wash their hands properly, and where they have good quality toilet facilities, because to be honest, one of the things we don't talk about a lot, but public toilets are actually one of the areas where COVID is most easily transmitted. So making sure you've got good, clean, hygienic sort of toilet facilities for the children is very important. Look, as Borhan also touched on, we are introducing more training for the teachers, but in particular, one thing that we want to improve on with our teachers is English training. So we are using the fact that you can now get quite good quality internet into our training facilities in Shah Fashion. So we're going to be using that to deliver to our teachers teacher training, because the majority of our teachers are not professionally trained. They have degrees, but they have no professional training in teaching. So we are going to deliver more teacher training, and specifically more training in delivering English, good quality English, because that's the key to a better future for Bangladeshis, I think, in dealing with the global economy. I hope that helps.
Thank you, Olav and Bijoy, for sharing the future plan and what's happening currently. শুধু দর্শক, আমাদের সাথে আজকে উপস্থিত আছেন ফ্রেড হাইড স্কুলস থেকে জনাব বিজয়, উনি কো-চেয়ার, অ্যান্ড অলাভ, উনি চেয়ার, যেটাকে আমরা বলতে পারি যে প্রেসিডেন্ট এবং ভাইস প্রেসিডেন্ট, অথবা চেয়ারম্যান অথবা ভাইস চেয়ারম্যান, এরকম। ওনারা বলছিলেন আমাদের বাংলাদেশে অস্ট্রেলিয়ান বাংলাদেশি কমিউনিটি, what they're doing for the education and welfare since 1980s. 1980 সাল থেকে ফ্রেড হাইড যে মহান ব্যক্তিত্ব এই কাজে অংশ নিয়েছিলেন, সেই কাজেরই একটা প্রতিফলন এবং যে ফিউচার যে প্ল্যান এবং বর্তমানে যেটা চলছে এটা নিয়ে আলোচনা করছিলেন বর্তমান চেয়ার এবং ভাইস চেয়ার। আমি আবার ফিরে যেতে চাচ্ছি বিজয় আপনার কাছে। এছাড়া এই কর্মকাণ্ডের পাশাপাশি কি আধুনিক বিশ্বের যে কম্পিউটার শিক্ষা বা তথ্য প্রযুক্তির যে ব্যবহার, এগুলো কি আপনাদের ব্যবস্থাপনার মধ্যে কি আপনারা সরবরাহ করছেন?
তথ্য, স্পেশালি কম্পিউটার এবং ট্যাবলেটের কথা আমরা চিন্তা করেছি। আগে আমরা এটা ইন্ট্রোডিউস করার চেষ্টা করেছি একবার, কিন্তু ওইখানকার ওয়েদার প্যাটার্ন, স্পেশালি বৃষ্টিটা এমনই যে খুব একটা সাকসেসফুল হয়নি আমাদের এই প্রজেক্টটা। কিন্তু আমরা এটাকে আবার ইনিশিয়েট করব, এবং এটা নিয়ে আমরা আসলে কয়েকদিন আগে মিটিং এ কথা বলছিলাম যে আমাদের ওখানকার বাচ্চারা যাতে কম্পিউটার দিয়ে কি করা হয় অ্যাটলিস্ট ওরা যেন সেটা দেখতে পারে, এবং ট্যাবলেট ইউজ করেও যাতে ওরা কিছু ট্যাবলেট এবং কম্পিউটার রিসার্চের ক্ষেত্রে কিভাবে ইউজড হয় সেটা যেন ওরা দেখতে পারে। তো এটা নিয়ে আসলে কথাবার্তা হচ্ছে এবং আমরা ওই প্রজেক্টে হাত দিব।
ধন্যবাদ বিজয় আমাদের সাথে শেয়ার করার জন্য। আমি একটু পার্সোনালি জাস্ট আমার একটা এক্সপিরিয়েন্স শেয়ার করব। ব্যাক ইন আর্লি 2000 আমি বাংলাদেশে একটা অর্গানাইজেশনে কাজ করছিলাম, ডিনেট, ডেভেলপমেন্ট থ্রু নেটওয়ার্ক। তো ওখানে একটা প্রোগ্রাম ছিল, সেটা ছিল হচ্ছে VAB নিউ জার্সি, ভলেন্টিয়ার অ্যাসোসিয়েশনস অফ বাংলাদেশ নিউ জার্সি থেকে। সিমিলার কনসেপ্ট এটা যেটা হচ্ছে এখানে। যে প্রোগ্রামটা আমি রান করতাম, যে প্রোগ্রামের সাথে আমি সম্পৃক্ত ছিলাম, সেটার নাম ছিল CLP, কম্পিউটার লিটারেসি প্রোগ্রাম। তো ওখানে রুরাল বিভিন্ন স্কুল এবং কলেজগুলোকে পিক করা হতো। তাদের ক্রাইটেরিয়া ছিল, একটা ম্যাট্রিক্স ছিল, এবং তাদেরকে ওখানে ল্যাব করা এবং তাদেরকে কম্পিউটার শিক্ষায় শিক্ষিত করা। তো আমরা যেটা করতাম যে ওই গ্রাম থেকে বা ওই রুরাল এরিয়া থেকে, sorry, আমি একটু এক্সকিউজ করব। Olav, I'm just speaking in my mother tongue so other people they can understand, if that's all right with you. Yeah, thank you. So আমরা যেটা করতাম যে আমরা টিচারদেরকে ওখান থেকে নিতাম, যে যারা একটু নিজেদের ইন্টারেস্টটা দেখাতে চায় এবং যারা শিখে ওই ল্যাব সেট আপের পরে স্টুডেন্টদেরকে শিখাতে পারে ওই স্কুলে। তো ইন মাই টেনিওর, মানে আমার সময়ে প্রায় আমি দেখেছি 148টার মতন স্কুল কলেজগুলোতে এগুলোতে দেওয়া হয়েছিল, অ্যান্ড দ্যাটস আর্লি ইন 2000। এই VAB নিউ জার্সি ওনারা হচ্ছে ওখান থেকে ডেস্কটপগুলো কালেক্ট করে, আমি মনে করি যে আর্লি 2000-এ তখনও কিন্তু কম্পিউটার একটা ব্যাপার, যে একটা এয়ার কন্ডিশন রুম দরকার, কম্পিউটার মানে সামথিং, এরকম একটা ব্যাপার তখনও কিন্তু বাংলাদেশে ছিল। তো ওনারা এগুলো কালেক্ট করে ওখান থেকে শিপে করে পাঠাতো, এখানে আসতে টাইম লাগতো এবং বাংলাদেশে যেতে টাইম লাগতো, এবং ওটাকে ওইভাবে ডিস্ট্রিবিউট করা হতো। তো তারপরেও আমি দেখেছি যে ওই প্রোগ্রামটা যে স্তরে গিয়েছে, অনেকে আবার ওখান থেকে শুরু করেছে যে নৌকাতে, বাংলাদেশ তো নদীমাতৃক দেশ, বর্ষার সময় চারিদিকে বর্ষার মৌসুমে পানিতে ভরে যায়। তো দেখেছি যে বড় নৌকা, যাত্রীবাহী যে নৌকা যেগুলোতে ছাউনি আছে এবং বড় নৌকা, ওর মধ্যেও দেখেছি যে দে মেড দ্য ল্যাব ইন দেয়ার, কম্পিউটার ওখানে আছে, তারা পড়াচ্ছে, করছে। তো এটা দেখে খুবই ইন্সপায়ারিং এবং খুবই ভালো লাগে যে হোয়াট Olav was saying, 50 years back বাংলাদেশ, 50 বছর আগের বাংলাদেশ এবং এখনের বাংলাদেশ, that's make a huge difference, not only the livelihood, not only আমাদের সোশিও ইকোনমিক কন্ডিশন, বাট অলসো লাইক আমরাও যে তথ্য প্রযুক্তির সাথে এই কম্পিটিশনে যে আমরাও যে এগিয়ে আসছি, মেবি আওয়ার জিডিপি, আওয়ার সোশিও ইকোনমিক কন্ডিশন ইজ not like the second world or the first world country. We got a huge population আমাদের। তো এটা আর কি যা শেয়ার করাটা এই জন্যই যে তথ্য প্রযুক্তির ব্যাপারটা আমি বলেছিলাম এই জন্য যে আই ফিল দ্যাট দেয়ার ইজ সামথিং, লট অফ স্কিল পিপল আর দেয়ার, দে আর গুড উইথ দ্য ম্যাথামেটিক্স, এবং এই তথ্য প্রযুক্তি কম্পিউটার যদি আসে, শুধু শারীরিক পরিশ্রম করেই না, হয়তো মেধা খাটিয়ে হয়তো অনেকে এই কম্পিটিশনে আগে আসতে পারে, যারা কিনা হয়তো অনেকে ফিজিক্যালি ডিসেবলড। You know all of that in Bangladesh we have very less facility for the disabled people, where when you compare in Australia or any other first world country, they have a very good system where a disabled person can go anywhere or can do something, they live like a normal person. But in Bangladesh it's sort of we are lacking in there. There are a big development needs to be done in that area. So তথ্য প্রযুক্তির জন্য যদি এই ধরনের যারা ফিজিক্যালি যারা একটু ডিসেবল বা যারা কাজ করতে পারেন না পরিশ্রম দিয়ে, তারা হয়তো এই তথ্য প্রযুক্তিকে কাজে লাগিয়ে হয়তো তারা যদি মেন্টাল বা মানে কি বলবো লেখাপড়া বা এই ধরনের কাজে যদি স্পিড আপ করেন, হয়তো বাংলাদেশের যে দক্ষ জনশক্তি তার মধ্যে এই বড় একটা কন্ট্রিবিউশন কিন্তু চলে আসতে পারে। এটা ছিল আর কি আমার মেইনই, যে whether Fred Hyde had this sort of plan in future, that'll be awesome to hear. ধন্যবাদ, আমি মনে হয় বেশি বলে ফেললাম আমার পক্ষ থেকে। Fred, sorry, Olav, I'd like to go back to you. What are the, like, all the organizations, they have some sort of vision, mission, or like 5-year statement or 10-year statement. Is there any, like, a 5 years plan or 10 years plan that we can be, very proud to hear that?
Look, it's an interesting question, because we hope Bangladesh will develop in the coming years to the stage where we will no longer be required. And, in the time that we've been in Bangladesh, there has been a great deal of development, not just in Dhaka, but also in the remote areas like in Roila. So we hope to become redundant. We hope that there will become a time when we won't be required. But we do think that education is the primary factor. I guess the one thing that we do have a bit of a vision for is not to accept okay education, not to accept adequate education, because up till now we focused on producing large quantities of education, 10,000 children for relatively little money, and we'd like to build more schools. But there will come a time when I think that as an organisation we would like to focus on quality, to make sure that the kids that graduate from our schools can eventually dream of going to, for example, the University of Dhaka, or to travelling overseas and working overseas with good English and going to an Australian university, for example. So quality is probably the vision that we have. We can't spread ourselves too thin because we're not a very large NGO, but I think we can dream, if that answers your question, Atamur.
Thanks for that. Thanks for that. I was just unmuting my mic. That's really good, Olav, and that just reminded me, like, Mr. Kamrul and Mr. Bijoy, they're talking about the globalization. Most of the people, they understand about the globalization is, that's my opinion only, I would like to say. Most of the people, they understand that globalization means, going to a country, wherever they want to go, just travel, or, doing their business, getting more money, or talking to people, or getting married, or whatever relation. But the point you have made here, that was making them independent. The people who are actually under your umbrella in Bangladesh, in rural area, and they will be joining Dhaka University or any other university. They will be highly educated, and they will be a freedom person, a highly educated person in the society, and they will be contributing. And I think after that, they will realize that what is globalization. And I think because of this globalization, Fred Hyde Schools is going to the rural area of Bangladesh and taking care of the people who are in there, and they are really seeing the life, which means life actually in, first world, or an independent life, a full, complete life. And that is happening because of this globalization. This is a transformation of the human's life, in that area. So I believe this is more important to go in that globalization rather than just, exchanging some business relationship and things like that. So that's really wonderful how the way you have explained what Fred Hyde Schools, they think about. They want to redundant themselves. Fred Hyde School, they want to make themselves redundant. So obviously they're thinking about a system when people will be self-supported. So that's really awesome to hear. Mr. Kamrul Ahsan Khan.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm waiting for your question, and I think Mr. Bijoy had to say something. Thank you.
Before that, I would like to mention one thing. The issue, the point you have raised, which is some other areas, whether they can do something, আমাদের যা করছে তার বাইরেও কিছু করা যায় কিনা, particularly doing computerization, or what about the modern education, I don't know which you have mentioned. Hello? Yeah, okay. Sorry. Which I want to mention that I don't know which, because I know there is some program going on in Bagherhat. The family, Muhammad Rafiq, and other people, Muhammad Rafiq the poet, and his brother, he's a great IT person in America, working from New Jersey. He's a professor. He has a big project in Bagherhat and Khulna. He has given few computer and teaching from overseas. Some teachers from Australia, teachers from America, they are teaching online, computer and other education. It's a huge project. I will share with you very soon. The gentleman was the finance secretary over there, and the whole family is dedicated for Bangladesh development, you know, and particularly in computer area, IT area, they are doing a very great job, which I must share with you. So in that, the gentleman, Atabur Rahman, is from Khulna too. So I think he is mentioning that one. I know about them, and few people also working from New York and New Jersey. They have a big hub, computer hub in Bagherhat, and they are giving education and other technological diploma educations over there. So Atabur Rahman has mentioned very important point. So other than general education, whether they can contribute or they can give some specialized education, the modern society is going very fast. Until they are equipped with this system, they cannot develop much. So we can go more faster if you provide this information. It is possible. Also, other thing I want to mention, that the network, we will try to link up with the network. Only one network at the moment I want to mention. You know, from the 70s, not from 70s, from early than that, there are a lot of ambassadors working in Bangladesh. There are a lot of NGO working for Bangladesh. They are here. Some of them in Canberra, some are in the other cities. I met them before, and I have a sort of network with them. If you involve those people, they were diplomats. They have a very good network. Somebody is working with the international organization as well. Another question. This is it. So this network. Now I have this is another question. This is some added advice with them, that you can bring this network to make more effective your organization. You know, the ambassadors who work in Bangladesh, NGOs working in Bangladesh. This network will help you a lot and help Bangladesh. Thank you very much. Okay, yeah, Atabur Rahman. So who is going to speak? Bijoy, you want to speak something? So we are coming to the end of the program.
I just want to make some final comments, if I may.
Yeah, sure.
And this would be in Bangla and English. Firstly, I would like to thank Olav, the Fred Hyde School Committee, for their selfless act and relentless work for Bangladesh. I personally, as a Bangladeshi, feel very grateful and really appreciate what the whole team is doing. At the same time, I would like to thank all the donors, locally and globally, for the huge contribution they have made. I would also like to thank the Australian government for providing donors in Australia with the tax deductibility, which really helps us a lot. আর সবশেষে দর্শকদেরকে আমি বলতে চাইবো যে যারা আজকে শুনছেন, আমার কাছে সবসময় মনে হয়েছে যে বাংলাদেশের কাছে আমার অনেক ঋণ। তো আমি কিছু করার চেষ্টা করেছি। আসলে কোয়াডটি ফ্রেডের করা এবং বাকি কমিটি মেম্বাররা কাজ করছে। বাংলাদেশে অনেক সেক্টরে কন্ট্রিবিউট করার স্কোপ আছে। ইটস নেভার লেট। যে কোনো কেউ যে কোনো সময় আপনারা শুরু করতে পারেন, কাজের অনেক সুযোগ আছে। আর সবসময় আমরা যে প্ল্যান করে যেভাবে এগোনোর চেষ্টা করি, সবসময় আসলে প্ল্যানগুলো রিফাইন্ড হয় এক্সপেরিয়েন্সের সাথে, কিন্তু গ্রাউন্ড খুব দরকার। আর ইটস ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট যে আমরা সবাই যেন প্র্যাকটিক্যাল হওয়ার চেষ্টা করি। মানে খুব বড় কোনো, আমার কাছে সবসময় মনে হয়েছে যে ছোট ছোট অ্যাচিভমেন্টের মাধ্যমে স্টার্ট করাটাই সবচেয়ে বেস্ট। আর কোনো কিছুই কখনোই 100% হবে না, there is no way, but at the same time চেষ্টা করতে হবে এবং অ্যাকাউন্টেবিলিটি থাকবে, this is very important, যে যখন কোনো ডোনার টাকা দিচ্ছে বা ইয়ে করছে, whether they want to know or not, this should be a responsibility, যারা রিসিপিয়েন্ট তারা যেন অবশ্যই ডোনারদেরকে জানায় যে সেই টাকা সেই ডলার দিয়ে কি হচ্ছে, it's extremely important. তো আমার আর কিছু বলার নেই, আপনারা যদি কোনো প্রশ্ন থাকে আমাদের fredhyde.org ওয়েবসাইট, আমরা ফেসবুকেও আছি, এবং আপনাদের সবার জন্য অসংখ্য শুভকামনা। ধন্যবাদ কামরুল ভাই, আতাবুল এর অনুষ্ঠানে আমাদের সুযোগ দেওয়ার জন্য। Olav, do you like to add anything at all?
Yeah, Ali, thanks to the please.
No, thank you. And look, it's a pleasure working with the Bangladesh community. We've had great support from the Bangladeshi government. I always find the people in Bangladesh are very welcoming. I feel safe. Despite my fears of when I first travelled to Bangladesh, I feel safe when I'm working in the villages or even when I'm in Dhaka, except for the traffic, of course. But you know, I enjoy the experience and and I'm honoured that I'm made so welcome. And you know, Borhan said it all. We really appreciate the support that everyone gives, and a little bit, you know, like $50, $100 goes an enormous way. We don't need much to make a really big impact over there. So yeah, look, and thank you for the opportunity to join 360 Event Centre. I really appreciate it as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Olav, Olav and Bijoy, for your valuable time and what you have shared with us. That's really good, and it's really good to know what's happening. I'll quickly just go through the few comments are here. There are a lot actually, but I'll go the main one which we got. Mr. Okay, Bilkis F. Ara, she wrote hats off to you, Olav and Bijoy Bhai. Then we got few other, Shamsuddin Shafi, he mentioned about few quick points to be mentioned, and Bushra Khanam mentioned, thank Olav, proud of you, brilliant job you are doing. Also, she mentioned about the Bijoy, about his ethics to the work, and Bushra Khanam, she was very glad to hear the teachers training delivering in English. Many people, they mentioned that they're watching. There are also a lot more comments, and they basically decide that the job well done, that should be going on. So that's really good to hear. Kamrul bhai, you wanted to say something at the end?
I want to take the opportunity to congratulate again the COID and Fred Hyde School, who is contributing a lot to our community in Bangladesh. And I also want to thank other community members from the different state from Bangladesh community who are helping individually from the family. There's a lot of people who are helping in a small level, maybe in his village to his family, poor family, they are helping. So they are doing the job too. So, but even then, I will request all the members of the community, including my Australian friend who born here, to come behind COID and Fred Hyde to support whatever he can. It might not be money, it might be some other help. You know, try to come forward and do the job and support Bangladesh to move ahead. We have achieved our liberation. We have achieved our independence through a bloodshed, and we want to go forward. And like other countries like Australia is doing a great job for the whole community, and we want to move forward. So thank you, COID and Fred Hyde, and I hope you will continue. And I can promise from my individual side and from my community that we are behind you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for watching tonight. আপনারা যারা দেখছিলেন বা যারা দেখবেন, আপনারা শুনছিলেন ফ্রেড হাইটস যে অর্গানাইজেশন আছে, ফ্রেড হাইড স্কুল। আমি ওয়েবসাইটটা দিয়ে দিচ্ছি আপনাদের জন্য আবার স্ক্রিনে। দ্যাট ইজ www.fredhyde.org। এই ওয়েবসাইটে গেলে আপনারা জানতে পারবেন। If you'd like to contribute, if you'd like to donate, if you would like to take part of this great journey by Fred Hyde organization, please visit the website, and two very generous people from the same organization, chair and vice chair Olav and Bijoy, they were with us tonight, told about a very little bit of their story of that, and we are aiming, we'll be hearing more in coming future program. So if you'd like to take part for this organization, if you'd like to help the rural people in Bangladesh, those who deserve to get better education, better life, if you want to make them self-sufficient, please visit the website www.fredhyde.org and contribute yourself. There is no end. Whatever you contribute, you get more and more in other way. So আপনারা যারা সাথে ছিলেন, যারা দেখছিলেন, আপনারা ডোনেট করুন বা আরো জানতে চাইলে ওয়েবসাইটটিতে ভিজিট করুন। আমাদের সাথে থাকার জন্য অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ। 360 ইভেন্ট সেন্টারের পক্ষ থেকে সবাইকে শুভরাত্রি। থ্যাংক ইউ।
Thank you. Good night. Shubhratri.